So you can see one of the things we're up to this fall is school is back in session. And see those slat coverings on the windows there? That is to protect those windows from snow. It almost feels ridiculous saying that out loud right now, but come this winter, there will be snow up that high on that little schoolhouse. Just next door, we have the playground. And again, this is all gonna get covered with snow here pretty soon. Next couple months, most of what you see right there is going to be invisible. In fact, this fence, when we moved here in February, we didn't know there was a fence there. You just walk right over into the playground. Here at the basketball court, again, we have a great summer fall space to play and ride tricycles and play volleyball and basketball. And come winter, we're gonna have all of this covered with snow. Soon we're gonna start breaking ground on the new mining museum. That's all gonna go right there. For those of you that loved this labyrinth, if you've been up before and knew this labyrinth, fear not, we have another one in a different location, and this is going to be the future home of the mining museum. In fact, we break ground on this project, which has been years and years in the making. We break ground on this project on Monday. I'll have more video for you for that. Up here at Holden Village, we love to have fun, and we don't take everything that seriously. Here is a new lending library that somebody just made in the hollow of this old stump. Hey St. Luke's, Pastor Mark here, checking in with you this week. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well as the season of fall transitions upon us. We're doing pretty great up here at Holden Village. Life has slowed a little bit in the village, a bit less hectic pace than the summer. This week we have all of our work week volunteers who have come up and are helping us winterize the village. So we're a little flurry of activity around that, but we're also starting to notice how life is going to slow down a little bit. Our village is going to get small and cozy and we'll settle into the work of winter. But as you can see behind me, it is a beautiful fall day. We've been having really nice mild temperatures during the day, cool crisp mornings and evenings, and it really is just a beautiful time to be at Holden Village. The fall colors in the small underbrush foliage, the larch trees, the aspen, everything's starting to turn color, and it is just spectacular. Our pattern for this fall on Wednesday nights is to do a service of what we call Word and Conversation, where we as a community gather around a simple liturgy, some music, but then we also think about the gospel story or the preaching text, whatever that will be, for the coming Sunday. So last night we gathered and we talked about the story of the 10 lepers, and that's likely the story that you'll hear this coming Sunday. And it was a really fun story to kind of ask questions about and be curious about together as a community. One of the questions we wondered is if Jesus told that story today, he probably wouldn't talk about lepers. Who would he talk about? Who would he use to illustrate a story of healing people on the margins? Are this the GLBT trans youth that are feeling marginalized and outcast? Are these people living with HIV/AIDS? Are these people who are living in the streets, homeless, who are experiencing poverty? Who are those people that are on the margins or on the edges of our societies, who aren't welcome in most places and who are kept at bay? I wonder how Jesus would illustrate that story in our context and in our place. We also noticed that the geography mattered a great deal in that story. He was between the region of Samaria and Galilee, and he wouldn't have walked through Samaria because the Judeans and Galileans didn't really get along at that point in time. So they were going around the region of Samaria into the region of Galilee, and it's this in-between place. It's this borderland. It's this kind of place between the empires where Jesus involves these people on the margins in this ministry, in this healing and salvation. That is his mission on this earth. And so it's interesting to notice those places and the people that are a part of the story of salvation. In some way, this story explodes our imaginations of who is a part of God's saving story, who is worthy of being healed and receiving these acts of grace. I think for us, it explodes our own imagination of who are we as church and how are we embracing the world around us? Who's in and who's out, and how are we tearing down those walls so everyone has a place at the table. Everyone has a taste of this feast of grace. So we're looking forward to preaching more about that, learning more about that on this coming Sunday. Also, the school kids have a trip coming up. We're going to go to Stehekin for the apple picking festival. We're going to take 18 people, families and kids from the Holden Village school. We're going to go to Stehekin and pick some apples Friday and Saturday, and then we're going to come up to the village Saturday on the ferry. So we're looking forward to that quick little outing and trip with the elementary school kids. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on October 16th. It feels like that's coming at us quickly. So I'll be with you in no time in person, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to working with Pastor Deanna and celebrating the history and legacy of St. Luke's, and of course, just seeing all of your familiar and friendly faces. We're thinking about you. We think about you all the time. We're praying for you, and we're so grateful for the way that you've been in touch with us and supported us in this amazing experiment. We're learning a lot and being formed in new and creative ways, and we're excited to share that with you at St. Luke's. So stay in touch, stay well, and we'll see you soon.